So you're dreaming about becoming an actor? Then buckle up, because acting is one of the most unpredictable rides that you will ever go on. Whether you're just starting out or you've already started and you're just trying to figure out the next steps, then this video is totally for you. Today we are going over the 10 things that every aspiring actor needs to know. These are the things that nobody really talks about, and it's the things that will really shape your career as an actor. So stick around, because the last 2 things are so important, and it's actually things that I wish I knew when I started out. So starting over number 1, rejection is inevitable. Guys, rejection is part of the industry. You are not the person that's gonna go and book your very first role and then your second and then your third, guys. It's just not going to happen. On average, an actor books 1 out of every 73 roles. Now, when your career does start growing, then this number will go down, but on average, this is out of basis of all the actors. So that means on average is 1 out of 73. That means you could be number 100, you could be number 50. But we ultimately don't know. But the main thing that you need to get in your head is rejection is part of the game. Every single actor goes through rejection. Don't take it personally, and most importantly, also remember that the casting actor is only picking 1 person for the role. That means if they are looking at 100 actors and they only have 1 role, that means 99 actors are getting rejected, and not just you. 1 person is getting the role. And also, guys, it's important to remember this, that through the rejections, every single no is actually really just 1 step closer to a yes. As long as you remember this, look at every single rejection, every single audition as an opportunity to learn and grow. You are playing a new character, you are doing something that is different, and at the same time you're getting the opportunity to meet a new cast, like you're meeting new people, new actors, and this is all new opportunities, and that's only going to take you 1 step closer to getting that yes and booking the role. And then number 2, it's all about networking, kinda. So when it comes to networking, it's actually something that is just as important as your talent itself, because networking is the way that you get the auditions. So networking can lead you to your perfect agent. Networking can lead you to cast actors. It will basically grow your circle so that you know about opportunities that is happening around you. There's a couple of my acting jobs that I got just from me actually networking, just from me talking around, asking people certain stuff, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, there's actually this audition, and then my agent didn't get it, then I happened to go for it and I booked the role. So guys, networking is super important, and also the other part about networking is you are getting friends in the industry, and once you get friends within the industry, you're not going to feel as alone, because it's very difficult to be around other people from other industries because they're not going through the amount of rejection that you are. So when you have friends in the industry, it's always good, because then you can talk about these kinds of things, you can discuss it, and you can ultimately bring each other up as you guys all grow in the industry. And getting on to the next one, which is number 3, and that is training is so important. The thing about the industry is you always need to keep improving. You always need to keep adding things to your acting toolbox. And how do you do that? You do that by going to workshops, by going to classes, by learning new skills, by taking accent classes, by learning how to do stunts, by learning how to stunt dive, by learning how to play sports. By doing all of these things, you are adding to your toolbox. If you see a class for surfing, now you go and you start doing surfing, and now in a year's time they are casting for an actor in a movie and they're looking for a surfer, you are immediately going to be the person that's going to get that audition, because of the fact that you now know how to surf, and this is going to benefit you. So always keep learning, always keep adding new things, and always be of the mindset that whether you are a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20, 30, even 50 years into your career, you always have to keep learning, always keep adapting, and always keep learning new things, because that's going to make you a more well-rounded actor, and it's going to make you enjoy it even more, because now you are seeing all of these activities as stuff that is only making you better as an actor. And on top of it, you're also learning new experiences, and new experiences means that you have new memories, and that's going to help you when you are going into certain scenes. But yeah, that's for another video. Then getting on to number 4, auditioning is a skill. By this I mean, when it comes to auditioning, it's not necessarily just going in there, doing the scene, and then going home. There's actually a skill to it. That means taking a look at how you are doing your slate. That means how you are doing the scene, because when you are doing a self-tape versus you are doing the scene in person, there's a couple of different things that they're looking at. We have the luxury of doing the scene up close and doing the scene like this when it's a self-tape. When it's an audition, we kind of don't know how they're shooting it. Most of the time it can be a wide and they're zooming into our faces, so our movements is a bit different. So just remember that auditioning is a skill, and by skills, you always need to keep improving. You always need to keep adding more things. So once you start seeing things that works for you, then you can keep doing that at auditions. Always keep adding to it so that you can perfect your skill of auditioning, and also go to audition classes so that you can learn from casting directors what they are actually looking for. Getting on to the next one, guys. Patience is really important. So we don't know when our career is going to kick off. We don't know if our career is ever actually going to kick off. So the way we basically do it is we have to be patient at all times, and we have to basically know that someday it's going to happen. But you can't rush it. You can't just go for audition and assume that you are going to book the role. Basically, you need to go at it slow, and you need to know that one day your time will come. But you can't be forcing it. Even if you do book a movie, just because you're booking that specific movie does not mean that that movie is going to give you the recognition that you want. It doesn't necessarily mean that the movie is going to be big. You could be the person that books a movie or a series on Netflix, and then all of a sudden that show only lasts a couple of episodes or a season at most, and then all of a sudden it gets cancelled. So you don't ultimately know how the career is going to go for you. The only thing you can do is love the industry enough, love acting enough so that you can go in this regardless of whether it's going to work or not. You are going to go for it. You're going to go for it because you love this and you want to do this for the rest of your life. If you can be that person, then this career is definitely for you. And then, guys, getting over to the next one, agents are not magicians. Your agent cannot guarantee you a role. Your agent also can't get you certain opportunities just because they're your agent. You can't go ask your agent, hey, there's a Marvel movie coming up, I want to be part of the cast for this new Marvel movie. They're not magicians. Ultimately, what an agent can do is they can get the opportunity for you. So they can wait for this audition, or they can be the person that messages the actual casting directors asking them, is there any movies that is coming up, because I really have an actor that's perfect for this. Remember, when you are joining an agent, you're not joining someone that's basically going to get you the roles. You are joining an agent because of how connected they are, how much years they've been in the industry, who they know, who's on their books, and this is going to help you book roles. And also, let's not forget, the bigger your agency is, the bigger the name is, so that does look good in your favor because you are being represented by them. But ultimately, they're not magicians. They can't just give you the role. Getting on to the next one, guys, how you need to have some really thick skin for this industry. What's going to happen in this industry is you are going to go through rejection, and then you are also going to go through periods of self-doubt. So you're going to be looking at your own career and you're going to be wondering, am I good enough? Now, unfortunately, this happens to so many young actors, because if you're not booking the roles, then clearly that must mean there's something wrong with you. But you're not thinking about the fact that sometimes the character you audition for isn't perfect for you. It is important to actually take a look at how you look, and then you can actually figure out whether or not certain parts is going to go for you. If you look a certain way, then sometimes farmer roles may not work for you. If you look a certain way, then maybe being the billionaire playboy just may not work for you. So unfortunately, that is where typecasting kind of comes in. But basically, you have to know exactly what you look like and then use that to your advantage. But at the same time, it is so important to really have thick skin, because you don't know when the career is going to kick off for you. So until it actually does kick off, you need to be able to keep going at it. You need to be able to handle the self-doubt, handle all the criticism. You need to be able to handle the moments of actually looking at your career and thinking, wow, I just need to end this. I need to get another job. You need to be able to handle all of that and still keep going. One of the most beautiful sayings that I've ever heard came from Uta Hagen, who stated that in order to be an actor, you have to have the soul of a rose and you have to have the hide of a rhinoceros. So this is one of the most important things when it comes to acting, because you need to be able to keep your soul pure so that you can always jump into those, you can always go with that playful attitude towards auditions, but at the same time you need to have the hide of a rhinoceros, because it has to be able to deflect all the self-doubt that is coming your way. And now, guys, we are getting over to number 8, and that is always be creative. Guys, just because you're an actor does not mean that you can't dabble in some other things in the film industry. Doesn't mean you can't directing, doesn't mean you can't writing or even producing. There's so many other things that this industry offers, and the idea is, since you are not always on set, you always need to do things that is always keeping the magic going. So find ways to stay creative, even if it means that you need to go to doing community theater, even if it means joining an improv group, even if it means just bringing a couple of your friends together, you have a phone and just recording a movie together. doing something that keeps the creativity flowing means that there's not going to be a long break in between your auditions. That means while you are not acting, you are then technically still acting, and you are doing things that is still keeping all of that juices flowing, so that when the next opportunity comes, you are ready and prepped. And also, that could also mean that if you do dabble in other things like directing and writing, it could mean that you could find another passion. Now all of a sudden you're not getting booked as an actor, but you all of a sudden are getting gigs as a director. You're getting writing gigs now, all because you decided to keep creating. And now guys, getting over to number 9, since we are doing self-tapes, remember to prioritize learning how to perfect things. So when it comes to self-tapes, when it comes to auditions, you need to find ways so that you can make them work for you. Now luckily, on the acting guide, we actually have a video on the checklist that you need to go through for self-tapes, guys, that I'm gonna be leaving it at the end of this video. But basically guys, learn the things about this industry that works, such as the self-tapes. Now the self-tapes is something that we are doing. So you wanna make sure that since we are doing the self-tapes, you want to make sure that you can make your self-tape stand out. That means following certain guidelines so that you can make sure that you are giving them the perfect self-tape. That means that they can be looking at your self-tape and wondering, wow, this person knows how to do everything so well. So basically what I'm trying to say, guys, by this entry is actually take the time to not just do the thing, but really understand what is the importance behind it. When it comes to a self-tape, the importance behind this is that they can see your face. So when you're recording a self-tape, don't just jump at it and send it. You basically want to actually give it some thought. You want to say, this is my background, this is me, what is my wardrobe? Now I'm also recording the audition, how do I want to play the scene out? Since I can see myself, what do I want to do in the scene? And guys, I can promise you, the prep that you put in is only going to benefit you when you hit that send button and you send it through. And then guys, getting over to the last one, treat everything like a business. Remember guys, you are your brand. You are now an actor. And what that means is, guys, it means that yes, this is a fun thing to do, but at the same time, this is something that you are hoping is going to pay the bills at the end of the day. So you need to treat this as professionally as possible. That means taking criticism, that means asking your agent what you can do to book roles in future, and also really taking the lessons. Like when you go to workshops, learn stuff and really just always keep adding to yourself so that you can be a more well-rounded actor. And when it comes to going to events, you want to make sure that you're not the person that is using substances at these events. You want to be the person that is carrying everything professionally. That means always smiling, always being happy, and really carrying across this person who is well-grounded and this person who knows where they are going with their career. And basically just indulging with it. Understand the industry. Learn more about the business side of it all. Learn about all the steps that actually takes place when a movie is being made. From pre-production all the way to post-production. Study the industry because you love it enough so that you can actually do these things. And I promise you, it's only going to benefit you at the end of the day because now you have a wider understanding of what it takes to be an actor and what it takes to be in this industry and what components needs to work perfectly so that this industry can work. Before you even get the audition, what is the things that goes into you getting the audition in the first place? What goes into you having that opportunity? How does it go from being an idea to getting into pre-production, then going over to the cast director so the cast director can then set out the casting call and actually have the audition so that you can go in and get the opportunity. Understand all of that stuff because it's only going to benefit you at the end of the day. So that is it for this one, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and also guys, I can promise you that if you follow each and every single one of these steps, guys, then it is going to make the industry a whole lot better for you, and you are going to enjoy it a lot more, and you are going to get so many callbacks in the coming years. But also guys, if you have any questions, then let me know in the comments below, guys. I will be answering them in upcoming videos. I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video all the way till the end. I cannot wait to see you on set in the near future, guys, and also I can't wait to see you on the next video from The Acting Guide. And remember guys, you can catch us here every Tuesday and every Thursday for more acting advice, acting tips, and everything that you need to make a success of your acting career.